What's up, everybody? We're back. John Delarose here, the leading Hispanic voice in science fiction. This is quite the news story today, and I don't see a lot of people talking about it, even though it should be very interesting to a lot of the comic news channels and a lot of the commentators out there. And you even see it in the way that Bleeding Cool talks about it. Now, IDW lets go of employees permanently. So they were on the ropes for a while, and they have been bleeding money. They've been talking about their problems with their financing for a long time. And this is not a great thing. The reason why is that IDW actually prints a lot of classic history comics. They partner with the Library of American Comics to print a lot of these cool old comic strips, and a lot of the cool Ditko volumes that I highlight on the channel here are published by IDW. There's supposed to be a Mr. A collection coming out soon from IDW. So I really want this company not to go away, if only to get books like that. But they also license a lot of very expensive properties. If you go to IDW Publishing, you'll see why. IDW Publishing. Again, I should pull this stuff up before doing a YouTube video. This is like my terrible unprofessionalism at this. I should also edit and use scripts and things like that, like real people. But look, they got My Little Pony, Sonic the Hedgehog, Ninja Turtles, got some Batman stuff. Almost everything IDW does is an expensive licensed property. Disney, DuckTales, all Ghostbusters, Judge Dredd. All these things are not really their original context. Star Trek, Star Wars. I mean, these are expensive properties to license. And so they're going to have a lot of overhead and need to sell a lot more than other companies that actually own their own properties. Fantasy Flight Games, a gaming company, found out sort of the pitfalls of this business model, and they've been having similar troubles lately with similar layoffs. So you can almost call this happening by looking at the way that that company worked within the gaming industry and with the changes that they've made, and that the sort of business going downhill. And you'll soon see quality going downhill because of the same thing. But this is a lot of employees that have been laid off right here. We have an associate publisher, a managing editor, a senior graphic artist, so a person who actually does graphic design work. These are people who do the layouts for the covers and things like that. Senior graphic designer, brand and marketing manager. I mean, that is a lot of staff to lay off, and it makes me wonder with what they've got left. So I haven't really gone through the IDW employee database or anything like that to see what they've got. Let's see if they've got anything listed on their website here. They've got job opportunities. There's no open positions, of course. Creators, I don't think would really highlight their employees here. I don't know where to find this stuff. Oh, well, but that's a lot of employees to let go and a lot of key positions that are actually doing a lot of on-the-ground grunt work. Now, of course, I don't know what a marketing manager and a brand manager does so much at this point for a company like this. But as far as the other stuff, that's big deals. Associate publisher, probably, again, the same thing. But you need an editor and you need graphic artists to put out good books. And what that tells me with the graphic artists being let go is that they're going to be paring down their line. And if they're going to be paring down their line, that is a prelude to closing their doors. So this is a big red flag for the comic book industry. IDW is one of the bigger companies out there. Let's see on Comic-Con exactly how much of a monthly share that they typically have of the business. Of course, Marvel and DC are number 1 and 2 all the time. But if you look to, they should have company shares here. Shares of overall, IDW is number 4. So Image Comics is number 3, and they are way up there. So if the number 4 publisher falls, that's publishing Star Trek, My Little Pony, all these other wonderful properties that people love, I mean, where does that leave the industry? That's a very scary thing, and it is a weird eye opener, I think, for the rest of us. Well, what I see from this is that that the comic shop model cannot even survive 2 months of interruption. It just knocks these companies back very, very badly. And they're already in precarious shapes as it is in terms of profitability. They're running on razor thin margins. This can't hold. It doesn't work having a company try to sell their comics to Diamond and then to shops with the $3.99 price point. The shops take 50% of that, so it's $2. Then it's $1 to the shop, 25 cents to print, maybe 30 cents to print. So you're left with like 70 cents per issue, that they make, and you just can't really pay for art, pay for coloring, pay for lettering, pay for writers with that razor thin of a margin. It just doesn't make sense when your books sell 3,000-4,000 copies. You're going to make $1,500 back. That's not going to cover pro rates for a book whatsoever. And that's what we see. And these companies have gone and started making their money off of graphic novels on the back end, and the issues kind of are just a continuation thing. They make some money, but the graphic novels just on a level where you're printing 20 bucks a book, which means $10 to stores, which means $5 to Diamond, which means $1 to print. You're making $4 per, and that ends up doing a lot more for you for a company like this. But it doesn't make sense. The business model is outdated. The issue model is outdated. The graphic novel model is outdated. All of it doesn't make any sense anymore when anybody can just go up and just look at this. This is what I did yesterday. We just put out a book, and I just put it all out myself. And here we are. I've got The Cosmic Warrior #1, and it's just right up on Kindle. People can buy it and read it right now. I've got a credit. Wow. And then there is the paperback version right here for $7.99. This is just because of print costs, and I'm going to make the same profit off of the Kindle as I am going to make off the paperback, just how it is. So if people want to read in paper, they can do that, but I got to pay my printers, and at low print runs, it is what it is. And it just, this ends up being profitable just because I can just put these out and I don't have to deal with any middlemen. I just go direct. The consumer just buys the books from me. There's no distributor, there's no shop. It just happens directly. And I need a lot less books to sell to be profitable. I need to sell about 300 copies a book in order to be profitable. And my books do that. It's not that hard to sell 300 books. If I had a property like Star Trek under my belt and I could sell 3,000 just because it says Star Trek on it, I would be making hand over fist with this stuff very easily. And I'd do a better job. So the business model doesn't make sense. The overhead doesn't make sense. This is why IDW is closing down these positions, but they're also going to be closing down a lot of their comics, which is the sad part. I see this as a big warning sign for the industry, and a lot more of this is going to be following. This is huge news, and more people should be talking about it. All right, everybody. This has been John Dellers. What do you think about this? Is this as big as I'm making it out to be? Does it matter? Leave a comment down below. Hit the like and subscribe button, of course. Be back for more comic book news here. And, of course, pick up my new book, The Cosmic Warrior. This is getting huge accolades from people. People are telling me it's the best book of mine that they've read so far. They love the pulp mentality. They love the old school, classic, strong male lead fighting aliens. It's just a lot of fun, and people are really enjoying it. You can enjoy it, too. Very cheap on Kindle. So check it out. Get it right away now. And you can tell me what you think of the book, too. Appreciate that all the time. I'll see you guys soon.